And we're live.
Gentlemen, welcome to a session 0 for a game that I'm really, really excited about. I've got some super cool guests with me here today. This is going to be another game of Chaos Ensues, and we're calling this one Life More Abundantly. Joining me here today, I got Dean from Gallows Humor Games. We got Crispy from Table Runner Crispy, and down below me we got Bacon from Better with Bacon. How are you gentlemen doing?
Doing great. How about you?
I'm awesome.
Fantastic.
Excellent, excellent. Crispy coming in at the very last second, but we're very happy to have him.
Into the wire.
He's like this at the home plate. Safe.
I was trying to beat the throw at home.
He went in head first. Around the tag.
Yes, exactly. It's a very close call.
Very close call. We're happy to have him. And so what this game is going to be, what the premise of this game is, I guess I should pull up just so I can read what I had written down for the whole sale of this. So the basic concept is that this is going to take place in Cookeville, Tennessee, small town Tennessee, college town, but Reverend Eli Rook, he is an itinerant, charismatic televangelist from McKinney, Texas. He is going to be wrapping up his Arrival of Revival tour across the southern United States. His devout congregants give countless testimonies of the numerous miracles, signs, and wonders that Reverend Rook performs in these meetings. Reports and pictures of numerous piles of crutches, wheelchairs, and other items of the like, all the result of the touch and prayer of the faithful minister. The Reverend himself even claims on several separate occasions to have raised the dead. His following has grown exponentially cultish in the sort of context of what's happening. There's been several low-threat fray events popping up in the locales he's visited, so he's sort of leaving a trail behind him as he travels along. Per the research that's been done by the Tanalorn Agency, it's still unsure if it is a concerted effort with Chaos or if it's just collateral damage. The final stop is sort of the homecoming service. He's coming back to his home church in Cookeville, Tennessee, the home of Tennessee Technical University, and will likely be one of the largest meetings to date. We don't know what he's planning, but we need some eyes on it. So that is the basic gist of what is going down.
Would I be causing chaos, which you demand ensues, if I said, what about just a tiny primer on Chaos Ensues, just a tiny one, like a 60-second blurb about it's your game?
Yes, yeah. So it is my game. This is true. I have it right here, and you can't see it because my green screen doesn't like to work with it. But yes, you can get this game now. If you're watching this on my channel, you can get it in the link in the description. But what this game is, it is an investigative role-playing game, super inspired by sort of modern internet horror, a lot of analog horror, sort of SCP Foundation. It's all about tracking down and getting to the bottom of different anomalies that happen within the world. The world is made up of two distinct, unique realms, and those realms tend to bleed into one another. And the Tanalorn Agency, which is the agency that the player characters are a part of, they seek to put an end to that. They seek to prevent that from happening and to stop the bleeding from happening. But yeah, that is the basic gist of what Chaos Ensues is. If you're familiar with Esoterrorists, if you're familiar with Delta Green, very much in that same vein.
Outstanding.
I'm excited. I'm very excited. It's
yes. Yes, yeah. Very excited.
Thanks to everybody who's here in the chat. Appreciate you guys.
Sure.
I think regardless of whose channel you're in, be it Gallows Humor, Table Runner Crispy, Better with Bacon, or Uri channel, I'm sure, is it just at Uri Edwards?
Yep. That's it.
Well, I'll have a link. I don't know about these guys, but I'll have a link to the book in Drive-Thru if you want to toss my good man here a few bucks. I think it's really cool, and I just love the idea. I don't know. The older I get, the more I'm like, wow, 70 pages? Beautiful. Instead of like 3 700-page books,
yes.
you know?
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that.
Absolutely. Cool. So I guess we can get into. So does anybody have any questions as far as like the premise? We can sort of hash out details in terms of where we're starting and that sort of thing. But is it pretty cut and dry as far as what we're going with that?
Yeah, Small Town USA, Revival, Homecoming. Don't
Time
know
of
what to expect. I'm sorry.
1980.
Oh, time of year.
Yeah.
So time of year, we'll call it summer.
Summer.
Sweaty tent.
Yeah. And as far as time in space-time, we'll say probably late 70s, call it 1979.
Got it.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Where was it taking place again, Uriah?
It is taking place in a town called Cookeville, Tennessee, or as they say in Cookeville, Cookville.
Now is Cookville? Hey, I did it.
Nice one.
Is Cookville an actual place?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
It is.
So you're familiar with it? I take it, Uriah?
It is more so just a stand-in.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't be pulling hard from like actual geographical.
I just want like the broad strokes. Rural, agricultural. What's the?
Yeah, it's sort of an odd mix. It
Okay.
is. I mean, it's a college town, so they have Tennessee Tech there.
Tennessee Tech. Got it.
So of course, sort of that college town. A lot of bars, a lot of, a lot of young kids causing havoc, pretty much.
So it's not middle of nowhere like we would see in like True Detective. It's more destination town because it's a college town.
Yeah,
but it's still like south.
Yes. Yeah, it's not a big, massive city. They have sort of their urban area or their more developed areas. But as far as everything else goes, it's pretty, they kind of have an eclectic mix of everything. They have sort of small town, but they also have more developed parts of the town.
What's the size of the enrollment at Tennessee Tech? And
just kidding.
no, the reason why I ask is because I want to kind of know, like, or is this 10,000? Is it 20,000? Like, it's a significant portion of the
10,000 is good. That's actually the exact number that popped up when I just Googled Tennessee Tech enrollment. So 10,000.
10,000 students.
Yeah, and it was started in the early 1900s. So we can say
so it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, it's kept sort of that status in the.
And what are they known for? Like, what is their key? Like, is it an ag school? Is it a?
It's a technical. So.
It's a technical school.
Yes, technical university.
Known for anything in particular? The reason why I'm thinking this, I'm thinking of characters, right? So if I'm going to be a prof or something,
sure, yeah,
engineering, okay,
yeah, engineering. Yes.
Any particular branch of engineering? I mean, that's civil engineering, or is it mechanical engineering, manufacturing, electrical engineering?
I'm sure they have a good swath.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Sorry, I'm autistic detail.
No, you're
just trying to get a handle.
Serial over preppers.
Yeah, so they have everything from ag to art to biochemical.
Gotcha.
It is environmental, exercise science, marketing. They got music.
They got the whole gamut.
Adjusted for 1980.
Sure.
Adjust to 1980, right? So computer science is small.
Yeah,
right.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Exercise science is like go lift hay.
Yeah.
Oh, man. We're getting into disco. Like disco is going to be like the.
Oh, my guy has a mustache.
Probably still a position you could fill it, in the,
yeah, that's right. If I really want it.
Machine. My dad was a machinist.
Yeah. My brother-in-law's a machinist.
But in terms of and maybe this would be more session 1, but in terms of what you have for intelligence, what's the intelligence report on the preacher? I'm sorry, that's another thing I'd like to get. What's this gentleman's name again?
Reverend Eli Rook.
Thank you.
Good name.
Eli Rook.
And he is going to be going. Does he normally preach in Cookeville?
Yes. Yeah. Cookeville is. I have the name of the church written down.
That's
It
okay.
is.
Like
Is it
this
one of those? His
Bible
congregation grows, I assume.
Yes, yeah. He is an itinerant televangelist, so he travels around doing these different
Outstanding. What's going on, Chubby? What's going on?
Hey,
man?
Chubby.
What's going on, man? Doing all these different sort of services in the different places. His church's name is Blessed Hope Revival Center.
Okay.
Blessed Hope Revival.
How long has he been the pastor there?
We'll call it.
If we know, like me, if it's
Sure.
not, if we don't know, then don't tell me. Like that's fine.
No. I mean, this would be something that would be put into
The report.
to the primer, into the dossier. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, about 30 years. I imagine the church sprouted up right after the war ended.
Okay.
The Korean War.
No. World
How many
War.
years did you say?
World War II, right?
30.
Oh,
So-
30. I'm sorry.
Or
So
30
49.
upwards of
Okay.
Yeah.
And do we know anything in this report, Uriah, in terms of like, is there a board of directors for the church or is it just a one-man show? Is it him?
So he
Does
has
he have an executive that helps him?
a lot of it is family run, and
It's
a lot of
family run?
a lot of these circles, or at least the circles that I was a part of in my younger years, a
Mhm.
lot of these are very family run. So
Okay.
you can call it nepotism, but they're
Yep.
basically all their kids are involved in it. They're doing things. They're involved with different businesses that help to fund the church.
Gotcha.
His wife, Darlene Rook.
Darlene
is,
Rook.
She
The
is
matriarch of the
she is the matriarch, and they're kind of she's kind of the associate pastor. She when Charles
So
is
it's like the women's
Yeah.
association and
when Eli is gone, Darlene is there to kind of fill the seat, at least at the home church.
they have a
And then
youth
they have-
pastor or youth minister or anything.
Let's say Charles Jr. So Eli's
Oh.
first name is Charles.
So
Charles
this is Chuck,
Elijah Rook. Yeah,
Chuck
so,
Jr.
so Chuck Jr. He's the youngest son of the Rooks. He's practically useless.
Ah,
he's sort of being
about how
groomed.
old?
Let's call him.
He's the youth pastor.
And if you got an age on Eli, that'd be cool.
Yeah, Eli is sort of in.
We're tackling this like actual police.
Yes.
Can I get a name?
Yeah.
Can I get a date? Can I get all association?
You know, I'm going to be looking up.
We'll say
Yep.
we'll say late 50s for Charles.
Alright.
For Eli, I should say.
The 50s,
Chuck Jr. is in his mid 20s.
mid 20s.
So Eli fought in the war then. He fought in the war young, survived, came home,
Yes.
started a church. Okay.
Oh, he's a veteran. Okay.
Yes.
Well, that does beg the question. How the hell did you guys dodge the draft? Because if it's 1980, I dodged it because I was a state trooper in Rhode Island.
Priest.
You're
Yeah.
a priest. There you go.
Conscientious objector.
That's right.
Crispy's playing MLK.
Oh, man.
There
I'm a
is-
Mooney.
there is an
Hell yeah.
AI video already being made.
Hell yeah,
More
Chubby,
than a
that's
few.
funny.
Yeah.
I think it's
Okay.
most of them.
Practically useless. Charles, alias Eli Faust, the King in Yellow. You got it.
King in Yellow, big inspiration for the game.
Oh yeah.
Super cool. Now let's see.
Okay.
There is you talk about other associate pastors. Eli's right hand man is a man named Gerald Dickinson, and he is married to Eli's oldest daughter, Selah.
All right.
And he is sort of the right hand man to Eli. armor bearer, which basically means he carries a lot of his stuff for him. Carries his Bible. Defends him. Basically, a bodyguard.
Okay. Gerald Dickinson,
Yes.
the muscle.
Selah, that's Eli's oldest daughter and the wife of Gerald. Selah Rook Dickinson. They're really big on family names, so they really all the married daughters keep the Rook in their name.
Mm-hmm.
Very progressive.
Yes. Yeah.
In terms of the congregation, so it's not like Bacon pointed out, we're not talking sweaty tent revival. We're talking a pretty big and growing church in the Blessed Hope Revival Center. This is like a pretty, or is it the kind of place that's just it becoming overrun? There's lines down the street type of thing to get in.
Yeah, that is. They sort of pride themselves on the fact that it's typically standing room only in a lot of their meetings.
Right on.
For this specific homecoming service, they're sort of putting on the entire show. They're putting up the tent. They're really sort of trying to get as many people, packed into the situation as possible. And
they've petitioned. So Caltech, dum-dum. So Tennessee Tech is so they've done all the paperwork and they're like, all right, we've accepted your petition to come to the campus and talk, right? They went through all that process.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cool. And just in terms of role playability, what do we know the date of this particular event?
Let's say it's happening on a Friday night.
Okay.
They're trying to funnel in people for that Sunday morning service.
Got it. A week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. How much of a jump start do we have on the investigation down there?
It's the night of. Whoa, roll us right in.
Give us.
Get on a plane. Hurry up.
Let's say it is. Let's say it's that Wednesday.
Okay.
So we have Wednesday to Friday.
Wednesday to Friday, and the way I think the way I think it all happened is all the pieces were there, and they finally realized, oh shoot, there's a connection here. We need to see what's going on right now. That sort of thing.
Throw them in late. Yeah.
Can you give us the pieces, the known pieces, the known Fray events, or suspected Fray events around these meetings?
So the services, the revival services themselves, were marked by claims of elation, euphoria. Everybody who went to these meetings was in almost, maybe ecstasy is not the right word, but in very, very happy spirits. And then a week and a half after the service completed, there was a noticeable spike in violence and violent crimes.
I'm sorry, you said a week after?
Yes.
7 to 10 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
10 days.
A notable spike in violence, sort of general unrest. Like people were searching for something, and caused a lot of people to sort of shift around and start to move.
So investigation. So because we don't want to stuff this thing in session 0. We want to leave some room for role.
No, of course, no. I'm just looking for background stuff.
No, I got you. But I was going to say, well, do we know if the people who went? But maybe that's something we can role play. Maybe one of the things we're going to do is go to the locals and say, hey, the people the guys you picked up in the violent crimes those days after, were they at this thing? Do we know that? Do we know that for sure? Right. That's I don't know how you guys feel about that. We'd probably want to know, right?
Yeah, we would probably, I imagine they would have published some sort of tour schedule so that people would know when they're visiting. So we would likely have that full itinerary of where they were. Yeah. And we could count the days after for the violent events that are taking place.
Yes.
And then the local law enforcement be like, "Yeah, Joe, we picked up Joe. He was
With-
out of his head, and he was there."
Yeah, with photo, because of course publicity is everything for a lot of these events. So cross-referencing pictures with criminal reports and stuff like that.
What of the claims of miracles? Does that make it into a report, or is that just still part of the publicity?
It does. There are the photos of the of all the crutches and the wheelchairs and the various
The piles of
all of
That's
the
terrific.
all just these mountains of crutches and casts and other paraphernalia used to help aid movement.
Got it.
Of course, a lot of anecdotal reports of, well, I had a thing in my back and he healed me of that. I had a thing of, I had glaucoma in one eye and he healed me of that.
Do we have any photos of this happening?
Plenty of photos of hands being laid on people. So, sort of, crowds of people, some of them on the ground, sort of what's called slain in the spirit.
And that's, as far as we know, the actual laying on of hands is being done by the Reverend himself.
Yes.
Not his associate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that is of course, it's sort of a group effort. I mean, everybody gets touched by somebody in one of these meetings, but sort of the cream of the crop, the guy that you spend all the money to travel and to get the hotel room and all that stuff for, is to be touched by Reverend Eli.
Pretty important to note too. No real. I mean, DNA is kind of out of pocket. There's no speed. You're talking, if you want to take pictures, you got a camera. If you want
silver oxide film.
Absolutely.
Yeah, cameras are nowhere.
Telefax. I mean, you're sending, if we need information to come to us from a Tantalorn safe house or from HQ, we need to be at a fax machine. We got to wait. Yep. I love that shit.
Now, I will say, I don't mention this in the book, but I am totally okay with the idea of this super secret organization being pushed a little bit forward as far as technology goes. Having access to some newer technology for the time.
Like
nothing to, I mean, a bag phone,
Yeah.
Maybe it's not as sophisticated as an iPhone or something, but it can get the job done. May not be perfect, but
Awesome.
good enough for government work. For what it's worth.
I can't believe I have to, in my escapism, I have to play out as a government person. This is a real stretch for me,
Yes.
boys.
Yeah. We're still waiting on that white collar game to hit on the Ultimate No Prep Challenge, and that's just going to be
Crispy Luther King Jr. CLK.
Yeah, that's right.
Pro tip: yellow is an underused color in dungeon room descriptions. Nice.
true. It's a lot of greens. We typically see a lot of greens.
Yeah, like a sickly pallid yellow, or like that diseased yellow. Ugh.
Yeah.
Known associates, says Brian.
Cthulhu. Shugoth, whatever.
Shoggoth. Shub-Niggurath. Niall Arthotep. I know them all.
Sure, Neil.
We got you.
From the
That's
top,
all right,
everyone.
Gentlemen,
Thanks
very
for
much
sharing.
in that vein, Chubby.
Hell
That
yeah.
is precisely.
Nicely, Neil.
Yeah.
Tantalorn agents, what are our rules of engagement?
No murdering innocents. You do not have a license to kill. You are not James Bond. You
Okay.
are
No license to kill.
no license to kill. Of course, if it's self-defense, that is one thing. Basically, if the law gets a hold of you, it's not necessarily like
Plausible deniability.
yeah. It's the tenets of action as per the ethics code of the Tantalorn Agency. You uphold order. humanity, civility, and rationality, and you protect human life and dignity.
That sounds like a license to kill.
Yeah.
Oh, right underneath that, it says prohibited activity.
Prohibited activity. Unprovoked assassination of human opposition, use of excessive force or torture, stirring up public distress, intentional cooperation with chaos and associated forces, revealing any information regarding the membrane, the two planes, or the agency itself. Yeah.
So let's talk about that if you guys are cool with that.
Mhm.
So a couple things. Law enforcement in 1980, I mean, you know, rubber hose, maybe we detain people we shouldn't, the regular sort of bullshit. But outside of that, you have the agency. So agency secrecy above all. So we can't roll in and say, oh, we're federal agents, here's our badges. That doesn't exist.
Do we have a cover story?
Yeah, how do we get access?
We can talk about that. So that could play into, and it does play into your character's backgrounds. So, for example, in the game that I played with Elf Hunter and Nicholas, my character was an FBI agent, and that I really leaned heavily on that in order to get access to different places. Obviously, I don't think any of your characters are FBI agents. Crispy's still up in the air. You might have the smoking gun here, buddy.
Well, I'm a priest, and I can likely get into places that most others can't, but not like I'm not talking about like police offices. It's like, you know, hospitals and whatnot to issue last rites. So I have some access, just not like an FBI agent.
Yes.
So one question would be, to be recruited into said agency, did you have to experience your own event?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's a good assumption. If in
why would they contact you otherwise?
Right.
Unless they thought you were exceptionally skilled.
Yes. In some instances, there are cases where a person shows so much promise and so much acumen at the tasks required of a Tantalorn agent that they get the call. You know, they get the, hey, come into the room with 5 other people, and if you repeat anything we're about to tell you, we're going to leave you in a ditch somewhere. You know, that conversation. They're made basically.
I'm happy to be the agent, like attached to an official agency. My thinking is I'll be a treasury agent, and I'm looking into tax evasion by these televangelists.
Nice.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Oh,
and on top of that, let's say I'm a Vietnam vet, and I have a pronounced limp, and so I have something that, you know, could be healed.
Sure.
But official capacity as a treasury agent.
Yeah. I dig it.
I was thinking that my character was from like an Italian family, Catholic, pretty religious. You know, I said my novenas, I did what I was supposed to do, God bless. But I wasn't, you know, I did what I was supposed to do, right? But I was thinking that he was a guy who, you know, stocked shelves overnight, kind of had nowhere to go. His father was a mill worker, and then he was like, I guess I'll try to work for the state to get a pension. Sure. So he becomes a state cop in Rhode Island for a while. And then I want to think something happens to a guy he's riding with. The event centered around him. He disappears. I witness it. My story isn't great. I get shit canned from the state police.
Sure.
I have a passion for photography. I like to take pictures. And I'm was kind of lost for a while, again, back to odd jobs. But what he would do is he would moonlight with his camera and go back to the scene and look around and take shots and try to like, I know this, I know I'm not fucking crazy. I know this happened. And just be like a dude with a, you know, a former statey, you know, so he's got, you know, he's got a little bit of a
crawler,
kind of like a nightcrawler, but was a cop.
Sure.
You know, like an obsessive kind of like, I know I saw some shit, man. Yeah. Right. His hair's getting a little long. He's got a big, thick mustache. He's, you know, fallen away from his days as being a sharp trooper. And then maybe they pick him up. Maybe, you know, so why would they use him though? I guess that's what I got to think of. Crispy's in Bacon's skill set is clearly useful.
Sure.
Right.
Well,
so
I mean, so the reach of the TA is it's supposed to be widespread. So they don't just employ, goody two shoes, straight and narrow folks. They also make use of people who are, in criminal organizations or who are just in those places where the white hats can't get to, if that makes sense.
Got it. Yep. Awesome. All right. Yeah. So a guy, because of his law enforcement training with the state police, maybe he kind of, maybe he knows his way around, knows how to bullshit. I imagine him kind of like a fast talking bullshitter who, like Nightcrawler, can sneak around and use his knowledge of the law to circumvent it. Like maybe Crispy's character's like, I don't know about this. I'm like, I'll go in. Like, I don't want you to get fired. But I see him having a really interesting relationship with both of these other characters.
So do I.
With a Catholic upbringing, I think there's a part of him that does truly believe. So I don't know. I might join the tent revival after. I'm just saying, keep an eye on my guy. He might go, I'm with him, man. I'm healed.
Yeah.
That's
good. Yeah. No, that's great. Yeah.
Right.
I'm interested to see how that, because I love the fact that y'all sort of leaned into the religious aspect of it, because of course it is. And I've been thinking a lot about how religion plays into the world of Chaos Ensues and how those questions are answered. Is there a God, that sort of thing. And I think that's all that sort of stuff is above and beyond the concept of the planes, above and beyond the concept of reality,
Cool.
But yeah, I think I'm really excited to see how these characters come out. So, Dean, do we want to? I guess we should start talking more about characters and character concepts. Maybe do some character generation.
Yeah, that's awesome. Let me get my notepad.
Yeah, buddy.
My physical notepad, not like you animals. With all your infernal tech.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Old guys unite.
Yes.
Right.
Oh wait, we're supposed to be taking notes? Just kidding.
I could hear you
kidding.
Nice try.
This will make Elf Hunter happy. That's a Mithras character sheet.
Hey-o.
To see that. Elf Hunter's like, oh my god. All right.
Cool. All right. So there's sort of a methodical process to creating a character. The beginning part of creating characters, you come up with a descriptive sentence, and Dean has already pretty much given us his. So I guess we should.
I'll refine it, but yeah.
Yeah. Bacon. Now, of course, this would be something that you sort of have to yourself. It's not something that goes on your character sheet per se, but it's just something that you have sort of in the back of your head, or smack dab in front of your face somewhere, just to give you that refresher. So, Bacon, you had a little blurb in the Discord chat.
Yep, I got it here too. If you want me to read it.
Cool. Yeah, go for it.
All right, so Father Edmund Merriweather, he's a devout Catholic priest and Tanelorn agent. He occupies a unique office within the Catholic magisterium in that he reports directly to the Pope on all matters materially spiritual. So he is a exorcist by, official office.
Sure.
And his encounter with these Frey events started off as what he considered just standard exorcism events that slowly got more physical and more odd as time went on. He's taught that there's a particular standard methodology to witnessing, to conducting, and to the prayers involved in being an exorcist. And he was experiencing some very odd events with regard to material components to these exorcisms that he would conduct. So he was eventually contacted by Tanelorn, but his devotion to office and magisterium led him to report that directly to the Vatican. And so now the Vatican is aware, but because They are, and I think I maybe explained this behind the scenes. You can either take the cynic route and say they don't want to lose power, so they don't want to admit that there's these other spiritual or, alternate dimensional beings, or they would prefer to protect their global organization and the souls of their adherents by essentially ignoring it and conducting business as though these things were not ongoing, though they are. So they're aware and they're managing, but it's a very insular type of management of these events.
Sweet. Awesome. He is
very busy in 1980 too.
Yeah. Yeah.
1980, it was like post-Exorcist. The film caused a lot of hoopla. Yeah.
Yes.
It's about him, actually.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Father Merrin.
Edmund Merriweather. You can just call him. You can call him Ed.
Yeah.
He doesn't stand on formality.
A lost soul on the edge of degenerative violence against non-believers to restore his own confidence in himself as a warrior of faith. Every paladin ever. All right. Crispy.
Solomonic Knight.
Yeah. Okay. So I was just trying to come up with this descriptive sentence. What I've got is William, he goes by Bill, of course. Bill Owen, up and coming ambitious treasury agent. And tenacious, like his nature is tenacious. He once he's on something, he can't let it go. As a researcher, I'm going to say his Frey event or his peek behind the curtain of this, what's actually going on with the, what did you call it? The I wrote it down here. Yeah, what was it called?
What thing? Describe
the membrane. So
membrane.
Like when I saw through the membrane, we'll say that happened in my second tour of duty, and we were ambushed and something happened that shouldn't have happened. And me now, let's say I'm a reformed atheist. So I went into that thinking, no, there's no way, no God, no higher power. And then I had something happen and I'm like, okay, there's something. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I'm still trying to figure it out. Tenacious. I'm looking after. Let's say I got badly injured, never quite healed properly. Stepped in a trap or something, pogo sticks or something, got poisoned, got a bit of a bum leg. So that's
Pogo,
Bill has stage 4 cancer and only one arm. Yeah, that's me.
Jesus Christ.
So true. So
he's desperate to get to that tent.
Like I would say I'm but I'm kind of questioning what I had thought before. Sure. And I know now there's something else out there. And
yeah.
I had we could say that's when I got recruited by the Tanalorn. Somebody got me into the Treasury Agency and kind of fits my skill set. And so, yeah.
Do you want a cane?
No, I'm going to say no cane. Like I just walked a bit of a limp.
Yeah, punji, not pogo.
Yeah. Punji, yeah, pogo. Punji sticks. I always get that wrong.
Pogo stick accident.
Well, it could have been that. I was fooling around in the barracks.
Yeah. It's the early 80s.
Hit a bouncing Betty. Boink, boink, boink.
Yeah, we had a bunch of landmines set up and we were just using a pogo stick around it. I had an accident. So that's what I was thinking. If that's enough. I know I need to get nature and goals and
let's look at those.
We'll get into all that. So next up is nature. Nature has a mechanical aspect to it as well. You lose stress when you act in your nature in a significant way. So in the book, there's a couple listed. There's quite a few listed. You can either pick one of those or make one up that fits the concept of your character.
Yeah. How did you describe it? Oh, I see it. It says nature is you lose stress when you act in your nature in a should I do this? Should I share this?
Oh, shoot. We're getting into it now.
Might as well, right? If I even know how.
Click the present.
Got it.
Gimmick.
Got him.
Sweet. There it is.
Yeah. So it says lose stress when you act in your nature in a significant way. Choose one or make one up. Right. Got it.
All righty.
There's some interesting ones there.
And we talked about this on the session 0 of the one that me and Elf Hunter and Nicholas played. The nature doesn't necessarily have to be good or bad. So if you're a bully, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're shaking people down for their lunch money. You know, you could just be having fun at somebody else's expense.
Got it.
Now, of course, con man, that's a little bit more on the nose, but you know, you could be a principled con man.
You only con people who deserve it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine my character's name is Nicholas Gallows. I imagine Gallows is this kind of guy who's just like, he's a little paranoid because of what happened, because he got put through the ringer with the state police because of all that stuff, losing his job and, you know, falling back on one of his passions, which was photography. And just, he would probably be, cops make really good liars. I know a lot of cops. And I think he'd probably be a good con man because he's afraid to be honest. Because when he was honest, he lost his career and almost got brought up on criminal negligence. But instead, they just shit-canned him without. Because I think my fray event will involve, you know, another officer who was with me and was never found.
Sure.
You know, maybe the state police are still. Maybe there's still some guys out there who are like, man, I don't know about this guy. I don't know about this guy. Best he just goes away.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which literally happens. So he's probably going to be somewhere in that like slick con man, somewhere between, you know, Han Solo and Nightcrawler.
Gotcha.
Probably a little, for sure. That'll probably be his nature.
That works. And for clarity, when I say Nightcrawler, I'm talking about the Jake Gyllenhaal film.
Me too.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's perfect. That's right in my head.
Really? Not the X-Men?
No.
I'm so lost.
How's everyone doing this evening?
Yeah. What does a bifurcated tail have to do with this? Yeah.
My name is Kurt Wagner.
Also a Catholic.
Also a Catholic.
That's true.
There you go, Catholic. There you go.
Awesome. Cool.
Right
Bacon, what are you thinking?
So I'm torn between either Arbiter or Helper. Arbiter might be better. I've thought ahead a little, and I've kind of gotten into flaw territory as well.
Yeah, that's great. That's fine.
So the flaw that I want isn't going to be on the list. I'm going to be officious, which is annoyingly responsible to a hierarchy or office. So I think that fits the character. So Arbiter may fit, but Helper would also fit. I'll tell you what. Let me ruminate on this, and I will pick one definitively. I just need a little bit of. I need to devote some thought to this.
Gotcha. That works. That's fine. I've never heard that word before. Officious.
I think I've heard it. It's good. Yeah, I like it.
Good word. Good word.
It's a good word.
All right, Crispy.
Okay, so nature. I'm going to go with winner. I like to win.
Sweet.
Sometimes that might mean I bend the rules a little bit, but if I get the big closed case, if I break the case, you know what? At the end of the day, I win.
Yeah.
Flaw is impatient.
Sorry about that.
I don't like waiting.
Okay.
On things now. And I get ornery if I'm forced to wait.
Cool.
Especially if it's just some silly thing that's keeping me from winning.
I'm going to make it perfectly clear. Crispy is Dean, not the role-playing character's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
A Treasury federal agent who wants to win at all costs and is completely impatient. Yeah, I'm going to have nightmares about your character. He's the scariest entity in the game.
Yeah. Yes. I'm a force of nature. So that's my flaw. And I've got for a goal, other than thwarting chaos, I want to answer the big question, which is for me, why did I survive when everyone else died in my platoon? So I've got a bit of a survival guilt thing. I know there's answer. Sure. I just want to know why. Why did I survive?
Yeah. I'm greedy. It's never enough. More.
Nice.
I want more access. I want more answers. I'm probably impatient at times too.
Yep.
Which is, yeah, it's like a Northeasterner on rabies going down to the South where everything moves slow.
Yeah.
So it'll be perfect.
Sweet.
Chubby states, my flaw is naive. I believe that people are capable of independent thought and solving their own problems in a calm mode. Doesn't matter. I am, of course, wrong.
Yes.
What's up, Max? He says only Catholics survive in Lovecraftian scenarios.
Because they're immune to dread of consequences.
Uh-oh.
Cool. Alrighty.
Hell yeah.
We've kind of gone a little bit ahead as far as getting into some of the goals, which is fine. This is great. Let's see. So Dean, you gave your goal bacon and crispy. Sounds like a name of a restaurant.
Crispy bacon. See how we
yeah. It's your
So I think I went over mine. It's just that I want to answer the big question.
Yes. Yeah.
Why did I survive?
Right. Yes.
All my buddies didn't. Why?
All right. Mine is going to be then to faithfully serve the church and her people.
Beautiful.
That's also big time survivor's guilt. Is why did I survive? That's like a gnawing question in survivor's guilt.
Nice. It'd be cool to see how your two characters sort of bump into each other and play out. Cool.
Which two?
Yours and Crispy's. Dean and Crispy's. I think with both of you sort of having that. Chubby.
Jimmy Dean, crispy bacon.
Nice.
Guys, we've got $1 million idea.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah.
We'll give Chubby like 5%.
And a $2 million copyright lawsuit. Cool. Awesome. All right. So we can get into some characteristics now. So how this works, the characteristics are it's kind of like a point buy system. You have different pools of points that you distribute into different categories of characteristics. Each category of characteristics has 3 characteristics. You got physical, mental, and social, and they are broken down into their 3 individual aspects. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick one category, either physical, mental, or social, as your top pick, and all scores start at 1. You're going to disperse 6 points among those characteristics. So I recommend you do this on a scratch sheet of paper. And well, you could do it on your character sheet too, but just for now, I'd say do it on a scratch sheet of paper. So for physical, you got agility, which is your speed and reflexes. You have strength, which is your physical strength, and also your looks. So that's kind of your beauty stat, I guess. And then you have stamina, which is, of course, endurance. For your mental stats, you have intelligence, that is your knowledge and recall. Resolve, that's your determination and fortitude. And then wits, that is your mental sharpness. And of course, for social, you have charisma, it's your charm and influence. Manipulation, that is your deception and fast talk. And then composure, that is poker face and calmness. Each of these characteristics, like I said, starts at 1. It can't be raised higher than 4 for new characters. Should also mention that. No stat can be raised higher than 4 for new characters. So picking one category, that's your top pick, and you're dispersing 6 points among those characteristics. You're going to pick another category as your middle pick, and you're going to put 4 points among those characteristics. And then your final is, of course, your last pick. You're only going to put 2 points dispersed amongst those characteristics.
Got it. And it's 1 through 4 typically?
Yeah, no stat can be raised higher than 4 for new characters.
Yeah, right.
Well, they all start at 1, not 0.
Yes. Yeah, they all start at 1. Each characteristic starts at 1, can't be raised higher than 4 for a new character.
Got it.
And then as we continue getting into skills and stuff and junk like that, we're going to learn a little bit more about who our characters are and how they grew up, how they lived, how they learned, what they do, that sort of thing.
Nice. Love a life path.
Yeah. It's not as complex as Traveler's life path system per se, but it is enough to put the puzzle pieces together, so to speak.
And everything starts, every one of these starts at 1. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And then top is 6 points to distribute. Mid is 4. Low is 2.
Yes.
Okay.
And there is an error in the book, in the little scribble.
Yeah, I was going to say that it's not adding up. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that is. I'm working on a remastered version. that was the first thing that I fixed.
All right.
Cool. Life path is I love life paths, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yep. So the way that skills work in this game, every skill is the sum of 2 characteristics, and the characteristics are dispersed among the different categories. On top of these sums, you're going to be adding bonuses as a result of your agent's life path.
Mm-hmm.
These choices for your life path also give you contacts, which are a really cool part of this game that allow you to basically get help in a pinch. You get to talk to people who are a part of your outside life, because Tantalorn agents, they live in this sort of in between moment where they're balancing a day job, a day life, with their clandestine aspect of being a part of the Tantalorn agency. So you get to pull from people that in your normal life to help you in times of need in your work.
The Pope.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, I mean, come on.
only he can answer the question that plagues everyone's mind: is the Pope Catholic?
Max is like, what is this game?
Yeah, this well, if you're actually asking the question, this game is Chaos Ensues. It's the game that I put together and is out on Drive-Thru RPG right now. It's
game.
Yeah. It's an investigative RPG. The players are agents of a clandestine organization that seek out anomalies and things that go bump in the night, and they make them go bye-bye. That's a terrible pitch, but I promise it's a cool game.
It strikes me. Well, it's kind of like X-Files a little bit.
Sure.
Versus they literally are presenting as they are. They're not secretive.
Yeah.
Just
I'll tell you, the more I think about my character, not to go completely backwards, but should he have just always been in like the news world and then tried to write a crazy story about what he experienced and then he got shit canned and kind of pushed into the shadows? That might make more sense than... I'm trying to think, what's the benefit of having been a state cop in terms of my character? Maybe it makes sense if we just take that off the table. Then he doesn't have to be like a physical guy. He can be a little more,
Yeah.
It can be a little more slimy.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he did. Maybe he did pick something up. Maybe he did catch something on the camera and he wanted to write a story about it. He wanted to go in front of the camera and say, this was my experience. And like, get the fuck out of here. You're crazy, man.
Yeah.
And he gets shit canned. But he'd have to be skilled enough in that world, know how to be persuasive, how to write a story, how to get access, how to gather evidence, how to investigate to be useful to the agency. So I think I like that. I think I'm going to scrap the state police idea entirely. Okay. You guys okay with that?
Yeah.
I think it's better.
Yeah, I like it. Cool. So one of the big influences, what really kind of kickstarted me putting this game together, was the book Red Dragon by Thomas Harris.
I'm not playing. What's his name though?
You're not playing Freddie Lounds, but I freaking love that character. He's the slime ball, sleazy, a lot of nonsense, but anything to get the story, and I freaking love that character.
We're going after Francis Dollarhide.
Yes, the Tooth Fairy.
Do you see?
Yes. Do you see? Who was it? Was it The Simpsons or was it Family Guy that parodied that?
I don't know. Actually, it's really funny though.
Yeah.
Hellfunner says there are a lot of cool inspirations in Uriah's appendix. Yeah, it's a
Appendix
cool
N,
book,
yeah.
guys. Definitely check out the link in the description, which I will have after the live session. I'm sorry I don't right now.
It's all good. I should have posted in the Discord just to give you all the chance.
Like maybe Tantalin orchestrated the chicaning to cover the tracks. Ooh, that's a great idea. That's up to Uriah. I'm cool.
So I'm just going through the culture, education, career. We just pick what we want, then adjust the character sheet. Okay. Cool. With skills.
Yes. Yeah. So each of the different options, and of course you're picking so for example, in culture, you're picking like your hometown and region, whether it's rural, whether you're a drifter, whether you lived in the suburbs or a more urban state. Ideally you are attributing or you're putting like proper nouns in place of those things. So it's not just rural. Awesome. It's, for example, in the scribble, Callaway lived in rural North Carolina.
Gotcha.
There's the proper noun given to that.
Awesome. Okay, so we get culture, we get education, and we get career. We kind of pick one thing. So we pick one of the four, and then that's the bonus to the skills.
Yes.
So we essentially come out of there with 3 more groupings of skills.
Correct.
Sweet.
So you pick your hometown, your upbringing or your formal schooling, and then essentially your day job.
Okay.
And on top of that, you're going to be adding personal skills. So these are indicative of the personal disciplines that an agent has practiced over the years. And you basically get to put these wherever you want.
Awesome. Now, do you have a cap on? Can you put those over the top? Like, do you have a skill cap to start, like you do with your attributes, your characteristics?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, they can't go higher than 11 because a 12 is a critical fail.
11 is the highest. Understood.
Yes.
That's like the pinnacle of your field.
Yes. Yeah.
Got it. Neat. I love the hand scratch notes in this book. By the way. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, the presentation is awesome.
Yeah.
It's freaking awesome.
That's awesome.
That was a suggestion from a friend of mine.
Good suggestion.
Good buddy of mine, Munson. He's like, because I had an original proof of a completely different version of the game, like using a completely different dice system and everything. And it was just a Google Doc that I had printed on Lulu. It was terrible. And I was scratching notes in the margins about like what to change, where to put art and stuff. And he's reading it and he's like, are these supposed to be here? Like, are these notes supposed to be a part of the book? I'm like, no, not really. I'm just, writing stuff down. He's like, you should do that. That's cool. I'm like, I think I will.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Cool. So let's go ahead and if y'all are cool with it, we can go ahead and start kind of laying out some of the proper nouns for the different life path aspects. So we've sort of gotten into it a little bit with just talking about our characters. But I guess we'll start with Dean. Do you want to go ahead and kind of run down all 3 of them or what you're thinking? I would also recommend doing
sure.
scratch paper as well. It's a good idea to put this on scratch paper first because you have to do all the math. You front load all the math, and it's important to remember what you have where.
Yeah. I'm going to say urban. So, sorry. I would say proper noun here. So I would say he grew up in Providence, Rhode Island. There's also an interesting connection to this game. I did this to be cute, which is, of course, Lovecraft is from there. So definitely that would be, I could see him spending some time on the street, growing up with, I was thinking a mom that's a school teacher, a father that works in some sort of mill fire puts dad out of work. Next thing you know, he's driving a bus, not a ton of money. So I'm in the street kind of getting into trouble.
Sure.
I don't end up in the mafia. I'm not playing the Italian trope, but I'm probably not going in a great direction.
Yeah.
So, but I'm pretty smart. So I end up going to school.
Cool.
So education.
Yep.
So he's probably somebody who had like a formal education. I don't know.
So STEM, that is of course science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Humanities, humanities, that's more of like your history, your your art, more of the artsy fartsy kind of stuff.
Sure.
So I mean, I think journalism, would fit in that category.
Yeah, he didn't know.
Sure, yeah,
like
yeah.
everybody else,
Yeah.
you know, he has no idea, and maybe he just kind of stumbled backwards into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right. So yeah, humanities works.
Cool.
And then clearly communications.
Sure.
Yeah, which would be working for a news agency. He probably started off driving the truck, probably started off handling the camera, probably started off, chasing stories. That's what he wanted to do.
Nice.
Story chaser. We are indeed busy, says
Yes.
Andrew.
Yeah.
We got that one already. Sorry. No social sciences. Philosophy.
Yeah. What's that? All right. Bacon. What are you thinking, partner?
So he grew up in Aston, which is a small suburb of Philadelphia. So I'll take the protocol and the business contact.
Cool.
He went to seminary.
Sure.
Which I'm going to call humanities.
That works.
So that's a +2 leadership and +1 academic contact. And his career is an itinerant exorcist, and I'm going to call that support. Forgery, I might ask to exchange, like if I can exchange that for a different kind of skill.
Sure.
Or I just will never use it. And then I'll take orientation, protocol, and bureaucratic contact.
Sure. I would say, let's see. You continue to, let's see, Crispy.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead while I'm looking at the skill list?
Yeah.
And think of
Where is the master skill list?
Should be in the book.
Is it past sanity and all that fun stuff? Oh yeah, here we go. Got it.
Yep. Yeah.
Are you okay with us manipulating the skills as written? Meaning not manipulating it as written, meaning like he's doing exchange and something that might make a little more sense based on the backgrounds we're coming up with.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm totally cool with that. You all
right.
you all have carte blanche.
I don't imagine my guy much of a leader. That's why I say that.
No, that's fine.
All right, cool. Definitely not a leader. Yeah, philosophies and communities for sure. Elf Hunter is correct about that.
Bacon, you could do bargain. That is also intelligence plus manipulation.
Let's do that. Okay, bargain. Sounds good.
I feel like you'd be good at, dealing with people who are at their lowest.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go with that. Got it.
Did you read yours already, Crispy? I was busy flipping through a book.
No, sorry. What do you want me to go through? The ones I picked?
Yes. Yeah. Your culture, education, and career.
Gotcha. So urban. I'm gonna go with South Baltimore.
Nice.
Oof.
School is the school of hard knocks, baby. Had it rough. And I'm already said this, but I'm up and coming, hardworking agent for the Treasury Agency.
Sweet. Cool.
Nice.
Awesome. Alrighty, let's see.
So I'm just accumulating all sorts of low life contacts. Just, that.
Awesome. Yeah. You got all the
common.
I have 2 low life contacts and 1 informer contact.
Sweet. Heck yeah. Cool.
So I went with agency. I instead with the agent, I chose clandestine. Like I'm more of a, not the office agent. I'm in the field.
Yeah. That works. All right, let me see here.
Yeah, man, you're doing audits and whatnot.
Yeah. I'm showing up. I want to see your books. Where's the minute book? Excuse me. I need your minute book.
Dear God.
Yep. So we got personal skills up next. This will be something that y'all will disperse amongst your skills whenever you actually fill out your character sheets.
Done.
And do all the math and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I need to. I would really love to figure out a way to make it fillable, or like auto fillable, where you.
Oh, so do I have to add these like stress and resolve, and then it gives me the number, or is it just the number and then? Because I'm looking at the character sheet and it has this little box to check off next to each skill. Do you see what I'm looking at? Like,
okay. So you mean
like, so next to brawn, for example, I got a 3 in brawn, and then it says strength and resolve.
Plus resolve, yes. And then the little box that is for your advancement. So when you successfully use a skill, you mark it very, very similar to BRP. Call of Cthulhu, things like that.
Just mark when you're using it. Got it.
Yeah. It lets you know.
So if I put 3 points into brawn, is that it, or do I add the characteristics to that number?
Yeah. So what you're going to do for your skills, you have, for example, with athletics, you have agility plus wit.
Yep.
Each skill starts off as the sum of 2 characteristics. So you're going to add those 2 characteristics together.
Got it.
Then you're applying the bonuses from your what's it called? Your career, your education, and your culture.
Yep.
And you have a pool of extra points that you can add to different skills.
Right. So 1 skill you get +5, 2 skills +4, 3 skills +3.
Correct.
Okay. Got it.
Yep.
Not that I think this really matters, but I'm assuming reasonable restriction on you probably don't have demolition unless you're trained, right?
Yeah.
Shit like that.
I would think so.
Like, or did you think that? Did you not really care? To be honest with you?
Not really. I mean, it tends to be, if it wouldn't make sense for you to do it, then you're probably not going to do it.
Correct. Role play.
Yes. Yeah. They say that fixes everything.
It does.
It fixes a lot.
Yes.
I'm not
I've heard
convinced
that going
everything.
around.
It's going around. It's catching on.
Yeah. All right.
Okay,
So I
see why you want this to auto add, because that would make this really fast.
Yeah.
Very fast and not as tedious and painful. But like I said, all that, I will let you all do that in your own time.
Yeah. Naturally.
Gotcha.
So we can go on to hit points next.
Okay.
So this game has hit points per location, very similar to Mithras. You should ask that. You see, this guy wrote a book specifically to but yeah, so hit points per location. Basically, attackers should aim at a location. If you don't claim, if you don't declare a location being aimed at, it's understood that you're aiming at the torso. Different locations have different penalties to the skill. So if you're aiming at a limb, it is a -1. So you're going to take your, I believe it's melee, and you're going to subtract 1 from that number you're rolling against, and that's your skill number you're going against. If you're aiming at the head, it's -3. Of course, full combat rules are explained at a later section.
Got it. Done.
Awesome.
Andrew's wondering about that.
You could do that. That would be I would call that a leg.
Lucky you.
Yeah, you get two of them, but no,
not lucky.
Yeah. All right, and then y'all can fill that sort of stuff out. So how we're getting that category is you're going to add your stamina plus your resolve. Yep. And that's going to give you a number from 2 to 12, and that will inform your what category of hit points that you are in.
Nice. Same with sanity.
Yep. Yeah. A lot of this game is based on just adding different things together. Imagine that.
Yeah, like BRP.
So your sanity is your composure plus your resolve plus 4. When you are confronted with situations likely to weaken an agent's sense of reality, you're going to roll 2d6. Of course, if the sum of the roll is under the current sanity score, you're going to lose a number of sanity points equal to the difference of the 2 dice or the value of the lowest die, whichever is lower.
Gotcha.
So you're not getting screwed out on rolling a 5 and a 1.
I'm assuming you'll call for these checks when you're GMing.
Yes, but I also trust that you all will role play them in the moment. I do not mind. I do not mind that if you deem something is threatening your sanity, that will cause you. You'll go ahead and roll for that.
Okay. 1980, I believe this game takes place, or 1979, right in that area.
Late 70s.
I think the book says 60 to 90 is where it's
late 70s to late 90s.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Of course, you could play it whatever time frame you want. You just have to take into account the technology of the day.
Yeah.
So next is stress. Stress is a cumulative measure of the mental and physical strain that an agent faces in the course of his work. It is also a, close your ears, Conway, metacurrency. I'm just teasing. It allows an agent to forego a skill roll or to generate a new contact, and that is your stamina plus resolve. So the same as your health.
Yep.
All right. And we can get into gear.
Yeah.
Talon agents are equipped with a few basic pieces of gear with a chance to purchase more gadgets to use on their investigations. So you're going to define 2 weapons that you are trained in the use of.
Okay.
2 weapons that we're trained in the use of. And now, to get back to some of the
Vatican range daily.
Yeah.
Training my firearms.
Training with the Swiss Guard, of course.
Yeah.
You got pole arms and everything else. These guys are no joke.
Flamberge. Yeah.
You swing that smoky thing around, just bop people on the head with it.
That's right, man.
The holy hand grenade, maybe?
Yeah.
Indeed.
You were saying something.
Yeah. Now, I'm thinking of the Tanlorn Agency again. So we get recruited. We go through some sort of academy, as it were. We get trained. Like, that's how we know how to use these weapons. Tanlorn trained us. Excuse me.
Yes,
and
okay. It is initially understood to be something from your daily life. So something from your background.
Okay.
Something from your mundane job that informs your use of those things. But they're not going to send a totally useless person out. So I imagine that there is some measure. There is some measure of training that goes on.
You know what? I like that Swiss Guard angle. I'm going to use that.
Hell yeah.
I really like that Swiss Guard angle.
A sensor. That's what they call that thing. The smoking thing. Gotcha. Swiss carry Glock 19s, nice. And
But it's 1979.
Yeah, that's true.
Have those.
It'll give me an opportunity to do a little digging, see what they used in the late 70s.
Yeah, heck yeah. And of course, this can be sort of broad strokes. Like, you kind of have an idea, like, you want it to be some sort of impact weapon or some sort of bladed weapon.
A couple I know we're deep in the systems here, but with the Tantalorn, I have a lot of Tantalorn thoughts surfacing as I look through the book. The Tantalorn agency, there is a plausible deniability, right? You can't, it's like the Masquerade. You can't tell people you're a vampire.
Yes.
And if you do, you're subject to whatever horrible reach they have, whatever they may or may not do.
Or you just get burnt. You get a burn notice. You're not in.
You get a burn notice. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
So do you live a normal life between missions? You see what I'm asking?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
you live a mundane life between missions.
And they pay us?
What was that?
Do we get paid by them?
Sure.
I'm just imagining how my character lives. That's what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what does he do when he's not doing the thing?
Yeah, it's not necessarily a lot,
Okay.
but it's enough to make it worth it.
Got it. Enough to have an apartment in the city in 1980.
Yeah. So what are you thinking, Dean, as far as your weapons?
Something simple, man. He probably has a revolver on his ankle.
Nice.
Maybe in his waistband on his back. Nothing crazy, but something, because he's he's probably the kind of guy who knows how to not get flustered and or his ass handed to him in the city. He probably knows how to avoid that, how to talk his way out of it, how to yell his way out of it.
Sure.
But he's paranoid, man. I saw some weird shit.
Yeah.
So he's probably got a gun. He's probably got a blade.
Sure.
That's probably it.
Okay.
Stuff he can conceal. He doesn't really know his way around. He's got a revolver. It's a .38 special. It's point and shoot. It's idiot proof.
Yep. Love it. Cool. Well, Bacon is ruminating on what kind of weapon of mass destruction he wants to use for his Catholic priest. So we'll hop to Crispy.
The power
Easy.
of smiting.
Easy. So I'm going to go with the a Colt in 1911, kind of what I was used to in my
This is
my
the
tours
correct
of
answer.
duty.
This is
So-
the correct answer.
I'll be
beautiful.
packing a 45 ACP,
Yes, sir.
and then I think I'm just kind of leaning into the. Okay, so firearms. I don't think I would have much in the way of piercing. The only thing I could come up with is maybe a Bowie knife, like a combat knife.
Sure.
But I was
K-bar.
leaning more towards doing the, a M16 kind of again, from what I'm used to with in my tour.
Of
course, I wouldn't-
Dude's blasting VC.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, as a treasury agent, I'm not going to be having an M16.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll do instead. I'll do the Bowie knife,
Okay.
combat knife.
I'm not opposed to BYOG,
Yeah.
Stick a mini 14 in your trunk.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Sawed off.
I mean, the 12 gauge is a solid choice, honestly. And law enforcement, I kind of like the. You know what? I kind of like that.
Your
Shotgun's
Mossberg or
beautiful.
Remington.
1979. What were we looking at for shotguns?
That was probably a
Mossberg
Remington.
500.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mossberg.
Remington 870s back then. What was it?
Yeah.
So it's a Remington 870.
Pump action, baby.
Yeah,
1979 870 Wingmaster. Yep, we'll do that. Didn't really want to go with the knife.
it's too close for comfort.
12 gauge. Got it.
Sweet. Bacon, do you have anything in
Yeah, so I'm thinking about with the training of the that I'm going to get from the Swiss Guard, because we know that I'm going into danger. I will receive training with a weapon, but I'm not. It's like rubber bullets only, or beanbags if I take a 12 gauge.
Sure.
So unaware of its presence on my person, I very rarely turn to it. So, like, I have the training, it is there, I can reach for it, but chances are I'm likely going to just probably get cut down while preaching to them, telling them how they can reform and come to Christ, et cetera, et cetera. So, like, it's kind of it's a throwaway item, really. Like I said, I'll have it and I can reach for it, but it's rubber bullets and I'm probably not going to reach.
That works.
So I will take whatever sidearm is appropriate to the Swiss Guard of that era. I'll have to do some looking and figure out what that is.
Sure. Yeah. And that's fine. Awesome. Sweet. And we'll get into sort of how combat works and how damage dice works in this, maybe just a little bit later. Cool. So next we'll get into armor. This is pretty simple damage reduction. The way that armor works, you see on the rating down there, it says 6x2, 3x1, 4x1, 4x all that stuff.
Yeah.
The way that this works is it is simple damage reduction a certain amount of times. So, for example, soft plate will reduce 6 points of damage twice. So what this means is if you get hit by a bullet, you get shot, and you only take 4 points of damage, you're tanking that hit, but those other 2 points of damage in reserve, the two that you can still tank, those are lost.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So you're tanking damage a limited number of times. Each piece of armor has a certain visibility. So, for example, soft plate is low visibility, meaning you can hide it in a t-shirt. It's not completely invisible. If somebody hugs you, they're probably going to feel the bulkiness. They may not mention it, but they're going to notice that you got something underneath. Light plate, that is sort of your ceramic plate, only reducing 3 points of damage one time. Of course, that ceramic plate, once it's cracked, it's done. Same thing with the heavy plate as well. These are understood to be kind of your you're not always going to have these on your person.
Yeah.
Right.
You're going to keep these either someplace safe where you can get to it easily, or these are kept at the cluster base. It's understood that they're kept at the cluster base to start off with. But you have to go get them and put them on. You're not just going to be walking around in military garb all day. You're going to look at a place. Imagine, a Catholic priest walking in with a, flak jacket on and a World War II helmet.
It's going to go
collar and a flak jacket. That's me.
Yeah.
It'll go so very well for us.
Yeah.
When we go down there.
Yeah. So you're going to pick two pieces of armor. I'd say for this one, so this time, this sort of age, Kevlar is very primitive.
Yeah.
I will say that at least one of you can have a Kevlar plate vest.
My guy, to be honest with you, my guy probably would never even, he'd keep armor in the trunk of his sedan because the Tantalorn Agency suggests that we have this should things go tits up.
Sure.
So I'd probably have it, but I doubt I'd wear it much because I'm more slinking around.
Right.
But if the Treasury office is like, let's kick a door in, I'll be like, I'll take a vest, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Crispy.
Yeah. I'll take a vest.
That'll work.
I'm sorry, you had explained this. The 6 is how much?
That is how much damage it reduces. So you get hit with.
You can do that twice.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But if you, it's kind of a it's kind of a give and take, because you can tank. If you're lucky enough to have the enemy roll low enough, you may be tanking all of the damage, but if you have any
left over, it doesn't.
Yes,
that goes away.
Yeah,
got it.
But it's expensive because it's concealable, and it seems to be the best.
yeah, and especially for the time, this time of history, with it being so primitive, it's going to be pretty freaking expensive.
When you say warning carrier, that's deployed with a vest.
Yes, yeah, you're wearing over the head, over the shoulders, that sort of thing.
I probably have a light plate then in my trunk.
Yeah, I probably do too. It's probably not.
Cool.
That's probably what it is.
He probably wouldn't. He probably wouldn't. If having to wear a helmet meant wearing a helmet, he wouldn't go. You see what I'm saying? Like, he'd be like, no fucking way, I'm not going in there. What am I doing?
And that's fine. That is okay.
Yeah.
What I'd say then is go ahead and take an extra plate, like
a couple
and
vests.
Yeah. Bacon.
Yes.
Do you want the Pope Mobile?
Yeah.
You guys are
all the armor.
Nah, no Pope Mobile. Probably like if I'm taking a car, it's going to be like some kind of like Secret Service issue.
Sure.
Black SUV. It can be marked or unmarked. I don't think I would care. I'll just take whatever I'm given.
Gotcha. And as far as armor, I'm assuming you may have something in reserve. Similar situation.
It's a debate. I have to figure out whether my character would it makes reasonable sense because he knows he's going into like extra planar danger for him to take some plate, but at the same time, like, he's a priest, doesn't he just trust his faith in God to get him through? So I need to really sit down with his character and get inside the headspace.
Kind of like the idea of the plate carrier is disguised in your priestly vestments.
Yeah, that would be really cool. That would be really cool.
It's like everybody thinks he's just really built and bulky.
He's just like kind of a solid priest.
Yeah.
He's got level plates on.
Can you please have a Bible that's hollow with a pistol in it, please?
Of course. That's just
I'll consider that just for you. Yes.
Yes.
It's funny. Watch the preacher roll to and have the first kill with a rubber bullet to the arm.
Quick. Last rites.
Yep. Quickly.
So much for dispersing the riot, huh, priest?
Yeah. Actually the Wienermobile, Chubby.
Yeah. We're a vest of Bibles.
Nice.
I like it.
I'm driving a 1977 Oldsmobile Delta 88. Big old American car.
Nice.
Oh, I said SUV. I don't think SUVs were even really a thing in the late 70s.
Blazers, small.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get.
Yeah. Cool.
How about a Bronco? A white Bronco.
That's great.
Yeah.
Cool. So moving along, Crispy, did you want to take? I know you. So you're getting the soft plate. Did you want to take a helmet too?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I'll take a helmet, official police helmet, not a bike
Keep
helmet.
that noggin see.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So unlike me to be protected.
I know, right? You're just like, how can I kill my character as quick as possible?
I know, and now you're like, oh, you have a helmet? I'm like, a helmet?
What? All right. So, Dean, if I could have you scroll back up just a little bit, we got items and bonus to get to real quick. So we're actually going to roll some dice. I need everybody to roll 2d6.
Oh, I'm ready. Ready? Let's see if I can roll as good as I did in the race. 9.
9 times 1,000.
I got 9K.
9K.
I'm rich as hell.
9K. Holy smokes! You buy a house for that.
Yeah. Please don't be looking into my finances, sir.
Yeah.
5.
5K.
Yep.
And Bacon, you are free. So I still want you to roll, but you are free to amend your money however you see fit.
I got an 8.
Oh, okay.
The Discord dice roller.
Gotcha.
The treasury guy is not good with money.
No. He keeps putting it away. He's got overseas accounts. It's okay.
He claims nothing.
Yeah, all of his assets are all of his
Black Elf Hunter.
They're all liquid, or they're all. What's the opposite of liquid? Not solid.
Illiquid.
Illiquid, is that the term?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Illiquid, yeah.
Yep.
All tied up in stocks and other crap.
That's right.
Alrighty.
All those stocks
are trash.
So.
Oh, really? All right.
You're a stockbroker?
Yeah. So you were going to use that money, of course, to buy gear.
Okay.
And that is, again, that's stuff that you'll kind of keep somewhere safe. Some things you can have on you if you dare need it.
And then the bonus says choose one of the following:
Yep.
a vehicle, a safe house.
Yep. Reputation within a certain group, one piece of gear worth 5K plus, or an extra contact.
Like a positive rep with a certain group.
Yeah, like
Cool.
like you have an in with
1980.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh man, those are ugly. I bet that's what I have. 1979 Ford Fiesta.
Cool. And the gear list is that
It's at the very end of the book. Way to the end. Well, not at the very, very end. It's like right before. Like
combat.
Thing.
Got it.
Yep, there it is.
Oh, I see it there.
And this is all the brainchild
of
Space
beautiful.
Roadie. This is all the brainchild of Space Roadie, and this is pretty much copied and pasted with subtle changes to prices.
Awesome.
I didn't really give too much consideration to trying to transfer all the prices from because of the sort of the wide swath of time that happens with this game. It's a pretty uniform application of prices.
Got it.
Alrighty. So we don't necessarily have to do all this right here in
right.
This is something that y'all are free to.
Yeah, I'll look into that.
Your heart's content. Scroll through, flip through.
I recommend we get comms.
Yeah. And I believe I have it put on there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So y'all have radios already, but comms allow you to basically silence because that's just your earpiece.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah, buddy. Sweet. Alrighty. Let's see. Next, we can get into some contacts.
Go back up.
Yes, please. Thank you, sir.
I dig. I hear somebody scrolling.
Sorry, that's me. Sorry.
Sorry.
That off.
I think it's me too. I'm trying to get to the right spot in my PDF.
Sorry, I could have hit the button and
Contact.
turned that off.
So we'll talk about how contacts work. Each agent gets 6 contacts they can call upon for help at almost any time. Of course, if it's midnight and the person you're trying to call is in the same time zone as you, they might not be awake, that sort of thing. Or they just might not be really happy that you woke them up out of sleep. 3 of these contacts are determined by your life path, and the other 3 are determined by player's choice.
Ooh, okay.
Of course, as all things 4D, contacts are not a panacea. They're not a deus ex machina. They have to be consistent with setting tone and item scarcity. So I think I used this example in the last session 0 I did of this game. You can't know the president, Bacon. You can know the Pope. I trust that you will.
Not fair. I call
like
foul.
Be able to do much.
Well, right. Like, what's he going to do? He's in the Vatican. Like,
He's going to give absolution. Is what he's going to do. Oh,
that's awesome. I assume none of these contacts have anything to do with Tanalorn. Are these civilian contacts?
Yes. So these are, of course, the sort of the category of the contact kind of informs their abilities.
Okay.
And the two aspects of this, how contacts actually work mechanically, is they have two values to be assigned to them. You have acumen and loyalty.
Okay.
Acumen is a metric of how competent the individual is at the task being asked of them. Loyalty is their willingness to either do the thing free of charge, or their ability to keep their mouth shut. The way that I envision this going is, because you're populating these contacts with people you know in your daily life, it's not going to be a peachy keen nice. It's not always going to be peachy keen, nice and friendly. There's going to be, well, what's in it for me, right? So in the example I have down there, Mary Whitaker is a lawyer. She has acumen 9 and loyalty 6. I envision that being like the ex-wife who became vastly more successful post-divorce, and then you're going to her for help in a situation. So she's really good at what she does, but she might require something of you in order to be willing to go along with what's happening.
Now, is this the type of thing where the more acumen they have, the less loyalty they have, and the more loyalty they have, the less
Not necessarily.
Acumen?
You are free to pick somebody. You only have one of each of the highest ones. So you're free to come up with an acumen 9 with a loyalty 8. You just may end up shooting yourself in the foot having a 7 and a 6, if that makes sense.
Okay. I see. So I'm looking across at these, and you have one of those two. I'm trying to determine.
Yeah. So there are 6 contacts. Each agent gets 6 contacts. You have these contacts have 2 characteristics: their acumen and their loyalty.
I got that. Yep.
So you have 6 of each.
How do you determine what they have though for acumen?
You pick it.
Yeah,
you just make it up.
Yes. Yeah,
you
got it.
But you have to, when you pick one of those numbers, you cross it off. You can't use it again.
Understood.
Yes. Yeah, you assign one value from each category to a contact to determine his acumen and loyalty. One value per category per contact.
Understood.
And the way that it works is, after establishing communications with a contact, the player is going to roll 2d6 under acumen to see if the contact can even help.
Mm-hmm.
The GM rolls 2d6 against loyalty to determine if the contact keeps things discreet.
Got it.
The way that this will work is the player will roll against acumen, and then they will describe loyalty 7 or loyalty 6, and the GM will roll. You can, I say you, I'm the one who's running the thing. I will probably do this in secret just to keep things fun and interesting.
Cool.
You have my word, I'm not going to fudge, but I do think that's a fun little thing to do. They don't have to be, contacts don't have to be defined at beforehand. They can be something that you pull out of a hat. That is totally fine. Yes, very, very emergent.
And then we just role play describing that. Do we need to give you the number?
Yes. Yeah. Whenever you,
I'm just talking in the role play setting. I would say, look, guys, this is a tough one, but my ex-wife, maybe, I do the role playing, and then I just say 7 acumen. All right, do I communicate that to you?
You don't necessarily
mechanically.
You don't have to necessarily communicate the acumen to me, but the loyalty I will need. So
because I'm rolling from my own acumen.
Yes,
got it.
Correct. Yeah. So you'll just simply say success or failure for that
when I roll.
Yes. Yeah. And then we'll role play continually. If it's a success, then you'll say loyalty and then the number, and then I'll roll against that.
Yep.
And we'll continue from there.
Gotcha. So if the loyalty number fails, you don't if the acumen number fails, you don't necessarily have to roll against loyalty.
Correct.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. We may kind of play it by ear with that, because there's also the aspect of like,
you make them, they failed, right?
yeah. Well, no, I don't think I'll be able to do that for you. That's not really my line of work. Click. Hey, this guy just called me. He was asking me about this really weird thing that was happening.
Mm-hmm.
You got a buddy that you can call, or like go check on him and make sure he's okay, that sort of thing. Like, you might get people digging into your business.
Or what if like the acumen check fails and they get arrested, right? That's
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. Right on.
And this is roll under. Acumen is roll under.
Yes. Yeah. Everything is roll under. Yes,
okay.
Sir.
That's what I assumed.
Yep. Alrighty. I think that is.
So I have to jump off here in a second, but can we go over this connections thing?
Yes. That will be the last thing that we do, because it is getting a little bit late.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll roll through that. So connections, we're going to piece all of these puzzle pieces together. So how your characters all know each other. Ideally, everybody has at least worked with each other once before.
Okay.
I really prefer that. Get you all some skin in the game.
So this reminds me, there's a system that's like, it has like this circular, like, Dean, how do you know bacon? Bacon, how do you know crispy? Crispy, how do you know Dean? That kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm. And this is specifically conflicts. These are challenges that we've had in our relationships with each other.
They don't necessarily have to be conflicts, but they're just ways that you know one another.
Okay.
I think conflict leads to more interesting interactions. It gives more, because it's tough to say like, oh yeah, I'm best friends with these guys, and to have no other context for that.
Right, of course. It's in fact, if we're really good friends, chances are we have been at each other before. Yeah. But then again, the Tantalor Agency would put us together for a reason. Like if
Not
we hated each
necessarily.
other.
Of course, yes, yeah. I mean, of course, if there's like, if you're,
if I'm like, I can't stand this Pope's son guy, I can't do this.
Yeah,
we probably wouldn't work together.
Sure, yeah, but there's not necessarily an underlying sort of
totally get you
another thing happening underneath it.
Yep, I got you. All right, cool. So, what would piss me off about Crispy's character?
Everything. I'm the tax.
Other than everything.
The treasury agent, for crying out loud.
I do like the idea of Crispy's character sort of being kind of the black sheep of the agency.
So you're a journalist, right? Dean, your guys.
I was. Now I'm a bit of a night crawler.
All right. So let's say part of the reason why you're no longer affiliated with an actual like mainstream press journal, large name newspaper is because maybe what do you think about this? What if I in my ambition to close a case, I kind of strong-armed you to give up a source or something like that?
That could be it. How about this? What if I wrote a big piece that was like, sole survivor, why? Coward? Question mark. Is that too much?
That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
Is that too much, or is that like more secretive to your character?
Uh,
That might be a bit too much. You might hate my guts for that.
Maybe.
Well, would there be a reason to do that anyway? Because if he's just like rank and file, GI,
I'm just a rank and file agent. So
okay.
I don't even know if it would be worth writing a.
But a solo guy who survives some crazy thing is a very interesting story.
Yeah,
it is.
But probably not my ambit. It's not really what my guy's interested in war journalism. He probably was against the Vietnam War, to be honest with you.
Or maybe what I did is I put pressure. I used the Treasury office to pressure the Journal to try to strong arm you into giving up some white collar crime, and then you didn't on a matter of principle, and so they fired you.
No, I'd give him up.
You'd give him up.
Okay. Oh, dude, yeah. If you came down on me with the force of the government, like my guy,
I need this information.
Yeah. You know who wouldn't give him up? Me.
That's right.
If someone came to me in a confessional and confessed a sin, and you were like, "Hey, you probably have information on this guy," I wouldn't give that up.
You're legally required not to give that up.
Yeah, well, I think I'm legally protected from. You're
legally protected.
Right.
You cannot be forced.
Right. So if you came to me and wanted that information, that could be our interaction.
That's ministerial process, or what is it? There's a special term for it.
Privilege.
Yeah, it's
anyway,
something
ministerial privilege.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I would be happy to give him up, but I think if in a governmental force capacity, you came down on.
Well, I could just say like, maybe I've gotten leads on a lot of the cases I've been able to crack through Dean.
Ooh, I kind of like that, and maybe Dean has this sort of like in his background, the other people at the company are like, super touchy with him.
Maybe I found that the company was the one that was your former company was the one that was committing fraud or tax evasion or something like that, and you were like the whistleblower.
Ooh, I like that. That's a possibility. But I didn't whistleblow because I really like what you do. I whistleblowed because I don't like them.
Yeah.
Sure.
It was just to get back at him. It was
that's definitely how my guy would be. He's going to be different than what I normally play, but I think he's probably going to be that kind of dude, right? Like the inspiration for him is going to be Daniel Day-Lewis from like There Will Be Blood. Like I just want, I want to succeed at the thing I'm doing, and when the agency passes me for promotion, when they don't put me in front of the camera with the story, it's like revenge. I'm petty.
Coming after that milkshake.
I'm petty.
Yeah. I like that.
But what about this? Why don't I own this?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that. So I see him very much like that kind of guy. And I think if they did something to me, I might have just called this dude up and said, look.
Yeah.
You got a fax machine on standby? Let me tell you about Bo White's yacht.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about Bo White's parties. Let me tell you about Bo White. That's his name. That's who got busted. Right.
Okay, so that takes care of Dean and I. How about I don't know what is your official title, Bacon? What's your character?
Father.
So how about that? Like, what are we going to do with
now?
Well, if
agent
there is something called the seal of confession, and if I break it, or if my character breaks it, I'm not usually into talking about my character in third person, but I feel like here I have to add that layer of separation because of what I selected. But there is a seal of confession, and that does protect me from having to testify in court. But more than that, because I just looked it up, it's immediate excommunication that's liftable only by Rome itself.
Wow.
So that is something I would not violate. So if I have a congregant who is a business guy who's committing some sort of fraud or some sort of laundering money, I am not allowed to reveal anything in confession to you because it's a sacrament, even if I know there's going to be a future crime. If he comes into the confessional and says, hey, I'm doing this, I need absolution, but yes, I'm going to do it again, even then I can't say anything.
Wow.
So what if instead of that angle, then, Bacon, would you be okay then if my character, in the pursuit of his goal, which is trying to answer the big question, the survivor guilt question, let's say that I'm as a reformed atheist, I'm just really interested in your take on the metaphysical.
Oh yeah, have like a positive spin on the relationship.
Yeah. So
I love that. I love that.
I've talked to a number of them, and I just keep coming back to them. Hi, we have good conversations. I'm still on the fence trying to figure it out for myself, but I think that
I love that. I like that quite a lot more than having a enmity.
Yeah.
We're not coming up with conflicts between us yet, though.
Not
which
yet.
I think Uriah wants. I was thinking my characters.
Well, it's really more. I don't mean to interrupt. It's really more so for y'all. I mean, if y'all can, and this could be even something that we sort of 4D on the fly. These don't necessarily have to be, but I do like these connections that we're already establishing, and then that adds fuel to the fire.
I think it doesn't necessarily, in my read anyway, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but in my read, it doesn't have to be a conflict. It just has to be an investment that we have in one another.
True. Yes.
So if my character is invested in you, Crispy, as shepherding a lost sheep, essentially. That's something I would be very invested in, because that's my driving motivation, is to do well by the church and the congregants. So that's very much in line with my character and how I want to behave, how I choose to behave.
Sure.
And I really, really like that. I think that's fertile ground for role play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your presence as somebody who answers directly to the Pope in 1980 is massive.
Yeah,
I think it's very interesting, especially despite my character being what my character is probably going to end up being, he still was raised Catholic. He still believes in something. Yeah. So I could see him sort of unofficially confessing shit to you.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I think that'd be really interesting.
I think it would be too. And you and I can even have that positive relationship. We can go one more where, maybe I was the head priest at your family's, because I am older. My character is older.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe I was the head priest at your church with your family growing up, and you knew me because you grew up with me, and it just happened to be that we ended up experiencing these events and coming together in the Tanalord Agency, which probably improbable, but
based on geography, but
yeah.
Black Bacon.
Anything.
A conflict I might have with Crispy a little bit is, my guy probably utilized a contact, maybe persuaded, perhaps dare I say manipulated a doctor to get me out of going to Vietnam, because I don't believe in that shit.
Right. And I'm a veteran.
And you're a veteran, and I'm like, I'm not going there. That's crazy.
Yeah. I'd say it's even worse than that. I'm a decorated veteran.
You got fruit salad.
I really hate it.
Yeah.
And I kind of have a lot of guilt about it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So what's interesting is you have guilt about going, but maybe it's a source of pride for you. I on principle didn't want to go, but feel a little bit guilty about not. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I would just alter that slightly and say,
go for it.
I'm not guilty about going. I'm guilty that I came back.
Right.
And so many didn't.
Right.
But I don't regret going in the first place. It's just I regret that what happened and then coming back by myself.
Right. Cool.
With just a bunch of caskets in tow.
If it's any consolation to you, I've talked to quite a few Vietnam veterans, and not one of them ever. I asked them, was it a mistake that we went? And to a man, they all said yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I've only talked to about 6, but I've made it a point to always talk about that with them. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Crazy shit.
Okay,
that's not this stream.
that answers the connection point, and it gives us some ground. Like, I look forward to where we infiltrate or investigate this tent meeting, and I'll have all sorts of questions for Bacon. Like, so what does this mean? Like, what?
Yeah. And if you guys like, and this I think is going to solve for my nature, because I was questioning arbiter or helper. I think arbiter, provided this particular group of individuals, arbiter is likely going to be, it's going to provide more dynamism, because if you guys kind of get into it with each other, I can because if I know Dean from being from being raised in the church, and if I know you for wanting to maybe ask those questions and explore that spirituality, I'm not going to be interested when you guys are at each other's throats, assuming that happens, unless I've misread something. It sounds like you guys are in conflict, but
I think it just maybe just a what do we call that?
A fundamental.
It's a tumultuous relationship.
Yeah,
Like,
we don't talk about the war.
No,
gotcha.
No, that would be a sore spot between us. But so there is some friction, but it's for the most part, no. I mean, Dean was my informant for a while. I mean, he had his own reasons for it, but nevertheless, it was the biggest case that I've done year to date, or maybe my whole career, maybe my big break. Maybe we knew each other growing up. I don't know, Dean. How about that?
Could work. I mean, one of the reasons we work together. I'm from up north.
You're from up north. Okay.
Yeah, I put him way up this way, but it doesn't matter. Right. It doesn't matter at all.
Yeah. Okay.
Where he's from. I just did it because I know the area around here.
Cool.
And I thought
I know nothing about South Boston, but I will find out.
It would be. It's this guy's North Providence, which is kind of actually known for. It had a little bit of a organized crime thing. Italian Americans up that way.
Sure.
But there's a really funny Sopranos episode where they go to Atwell's Ave in Providence. But I was thinking, the only thing I thought was it'd be cool to be a Yankee in the South. Like, I think that would be an interesting conflict,
Sure.
Especially in 1980.
Totally.
That's right. Baltimore.
Sweet.
South Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore. Which also, that's where a lot of the events in Red Dragon take place.
Right. Oh, this is awesome.
Yeah. I am really looking forward to this. I think that'll be a good place to end it as far as the session 0 goes. Was there anything else that we wanted to touch on as far as like character ideas, and was there any questions about the rules?
No, we'll figure that out.
Not so much with the rules. I just had a question. Do you will you be describing dice roll successes or failures, or do you want us to do one of those? What do you prefer?
I will say.
And how do you want to trigger kind of stress checks? You're just going to call for them. How do you want to role play?
He said either that or we can do it.
Or we can do it.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah.
I think.
If it's a circumstance where you feel, and of course with a game like this, you tend to lean into that a little bit more. So I am A-okay with y'all making your own stress or your own sanity checks.
Sanity checks, sorry.
Yep. Yeah. You're good. And I will sort of call them as needed if needed,
Okay.
As far as describing successes and failures, I will, when necessary, I will describe successes. Y'all will describe failures. Of course, in those circumstances where it's not really the case, where it wouldn't make sense for you to describe a failure, I'll go ahead and kind of pick that up. But I sort of give you all the. If you describe one of your successes, I'm not gonna like, hey, what are you doing?
Gotcha.
Where do you?
That's good for me.
Yeah. Because combat, there's an extra step with hit location.
Mm-hmm.
Do you roll to hit, then roll hit location? So
you're picking hit location. So you're not rolling for hit location.
Right.
Yeah, and you get a penalty to the skill when you do that. Yep. Cool.
Good to go.
Awesome.
And then one last question, because I'm so obsessive about this detail. Ask Crispy. He just had to go through this. He's going through it twice, and he'll go through it a third time on Sunday. If I smack a guy in the face, I describe the action of smacking him in the face. But then if it hits him, you kind of like Phil does, he takes over what happens. Like,
yes,
last night I shot the guy with my shotgun. I did a strike, and he just goes, "You blow his head off." I go, great. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, because you know their hit points, I don't.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. All righty then.
No, it's good.
Cool. Well, we just hit the 2-hour mark. We're probably going to call it here because it's getting late and I got work tomorrow.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, gentlemen, thank you all so much for hanging out and doing this thing. Does next Tuesday still work for everybody as far as recording? Cool.
Yes, sir.
That's for me.
All right. So I probably should have mentioned this at the beginning. I don't know if I did. I don't remember if I did, but this game is going to be featured on Roleplay or Die. So this isn't going to be on my channel. This is going to be featured on Roleplay or Die. So you all won't see it when it happens, but it will be posted at a later date. I'm going to try to get it out before Halloween. I think that would be kind of a cool deal to have like a Halloween special sort of thing. But yeah, gonna be a lot of fun. I really love these characters. I'm so excited to see how these characters pan out. If we get some fists flying, I think it's going to be even better.
Nice.
But yeah,
with the father? No way.
I'll be hiding in his pasture tails.
Yeah, it's vestments. Now in the we have a joke in the church. It's like if you're fighting someone, you're laying hands on them, but repeatedly and with force.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, but
lay on hands.
Yeah,
nice.
But we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a great time, and be on the lookout for it. So, of course, go check out all these guys. I have all their links in the description. As far as if you're watching this on my channel, I have the links to all their stuff in the description. Go check them out.
Please do.
Thank you all so much for hanging out and for rocking this out. We took a little bit longer than I was expecting, but that's totally fine. That is a-okay with me. All right.
Right on.
Thank you, gentlemen. And thank you, everyone.
Yeah, you'll have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Bacon.
Peace and God bless.
See you later.